Navy $275 billion cost risk, genius strategy or cost trap. The U.S. Navy's $275 billion cost risk demands that you secure your defense capital strategy and improve industrial capacity. The proposed $275 billion BBG-X battleship program could reshape U.S. naval power, but concentrating so much capital into just 15 nuclear-powered battleships also raises serious affordability and execution concerns. Each fleet begins with a $23.4 billion lead ship, followed by 14 vessels, costing about $18 billion each, reminding you that megaprojects often face escalating lifecycle costs beyond initial estimates. These 35,000-ton warships would become America's largest surface combatants, carrying hypersonic missiles, directed energy weapons, railgun concepts, and nuclear propulsion, yet concentrating enormous combat value into relatively few strategic assets. The planned production period from 2028 to 2056 spans nearly 3 decades, meaning every economic cycle, inflation shock, and technology shift could materially affect procurement success. Industrial capacity already looks overstretched because Virginia-class submarines, Columbia-class submarines, and Ford-class carriers compete for the same nuclear workforce, reactor facilities, and specialized shipyards before BBG-X even begins. Current submarine production averages only 1.2 Virginia-class boats annually, well below the 2.3 boats considered necessary, illustrating that industrial constraints, not funding alone, remain the primary strategic bottleneck. L-Impact Solutions argues that allowing $275 billion to flow into a limited number of premium platforms creates capital concentration risk when distributed capabilities increasingly define modern naval competitiveness. If defense shipbuilding inflation averages only 2.5% to 3.0% annually over nearly 30 years, procurement costs could rise far beyond today's projections before maintenance and modernization are even counted. The FY 2026 Department of Defense budget request reaches $961 billion, including $384 billion for acquisition, making every additional flagship investment an increasingly important capital allocation decision. History reminds you that major defense programs frequently experience scheduled delays and cost growth, making disciplined governance more valuable than optimistic procurement assumptions throughout multi-decade modernization initiatives. You should ask whether investing hundreds of billions into a handful of warships delivers greater long-term deterrence than balancing submarines, destroyers, autonomous vessels, cyber resilience, artificial intelligence, and missile defense. You cannot overlook that modern warfare increasingly rewards relatively inexpensive drones, autonomous systems, cyber operations, and space-enabled targeting capable of threatening platforms costing tens of billions of dollars. L-Impact Solutions recommends approving investments in phases, using rolling 5-year affordability reviews so inflation, workforce readiness, supply chains, and technology maturity continuously justify future funding decisions. Stronger investment in nuclear manufacturing, robotic welding, additive manufacturing, digital shipbuilding, apprenticeships, and engineering education could improve industrial resilience before production accelerates across multiple strategic naval programs. Every procurement decision should evaluate 30 to 50 years of maintenance, cybersecurity, logistics, software integration, modernization, and retirement costs because lifetime ownership frequently exceeds initial construction investment. Digital engineering, predictive maintenance, artificial intelligence, and digital twins should target measurable gains like 10% to 15% faster production and 20% fewer manufacturing defects across the entire program. Continuous governance matters because quarterly reviews covering more than 50 key performance indicators can detect procurement, workforce, inflation, cybersecurity, and supplier risks before they become multi-billion-dollar overruns. Strategic planners should refresh geopolitical, technological, fiscal, and industrial scenarios every 24 months, while modular upgrades ensure evolving weapons, sensors, and artificial intelligence remain relevant through 2056 and beyond. Expanding universities, technical colleges, apprenticeships, allied manufacturing partnerships, and milestone-based funding can strengthen execution quality, reduce production risk, and protect taxpayer value throughout the entire procurement lifecycle. Ultimately, sustainable defense superiority will depend less on building the world's largest warship and more on consistently delivering complex platforms on schedule while controlling costs across 30 to 50 years. Can your defense strategy survive a $275 billion capital concentration risk? Comment your answer below. For more analyses, visit our consultancy website. Link in description below. Thank you.